call it the race of truth, the individual time trial, cycling's test of pure athletic ability. Today it's the Trustmark Tour LeFleur, the fifth stop on the prestigious Saturn U.S. Pro Cycling Tour. On the women's side, the top favorites are Karen Couric, a former world time trial champion who is well known for her aerodynamic position, and Mari Holden, a four-time time trial champion who's hoping to clinch her spot on the U.S. Olympic team today. On the men's side, it's veteran Steve Hague, the '84 Olympic gold medalist, and time trial ace Adam Spey of the Navigators team.
Oftentimes in bicycle racing, tactics and strategy and teamwork play key roles, but not today. Today is what cyclists call the race of truth. Hello, I'm Eric Evans, and welcome to Jackson, Mississippi for the Tour LeFleur National Time Trial Championships. Joining me for today's coverage is John Eustace, a former pro racer. And John, the time trial presents a unique course challenge.
The time trial is known as the race of truth in the European racing world. It's because it is a pure test. There's no drafting, no teammates to work with. It's a pure test of athletic ability, and the course reflects that. Flat, 12.5 miles straight out, 12.5 miles straight back. Riders individually seeing what they can do against the watch. It's a race of truth because you see by their time exactly what they're worth.
Okay, John, looking at the men's and looking at the women's fields, who are the favorites?
Well, in the women, you've got the winner of the previous Olympic trials, Mari Holden, coming back from Italy, where she's proved herself to be one of the top time trialists in the world. And in the men, we've got to look at the veteran Steve Hague, Olympic champion 1984, winner of the Olympic trials 1996. Every 4 years, he really pulls it together, and look for him again today.
The course today is 40 kilometers in length, a very flat course along the Natchez Trace Parkway. In fact, John, it's a national park in itself. It's an out and back course, 20 Ks out, 20 Ks back, and first up in the gate is Pam Schuster, TeamAutoTrader.com. 39 years old out of Northridge, California. And as Pam gets underway here at the start of the time trial, John, there's a real fascination with aerodynamics in this sport.
Well, bicycles have been completely revolutionized in the past 10 years. Now look at her back wheel. It's a solid disc. That's designed to cut through the wind, like a frisbee, if you will.
Racers start individually every minute. Here's Didi Demet-Barry out of Boulder, Colorado, a perennial national team member. Her husband, Michael Barry, is also a road racer, John.
That's quite a husband and wife team. Didi Demet on the start blocks. Out she goes while we take another look at Pam Schuster. Now, Pam is 39 years old. She came into the sport late and has improved year in, year out. A former national road champion looking to duplicate that, but in the time trial this time.
In fact, John, many of the women racing here today are in their late 20s, late 30s even.
It's interesting that a lot of the women who've come into the sport have come from other sports, from triathlon, from running. They maybe hurt their knees someplace, but they have that aerobic base. And with that aerobic base, they get on a racing bicycle, they find an outlet for all that strength. And the thing about a bicycle, and here's another perfect example of a late starter, Karen Couric.
Couric, 38 years old, out of Cupertino, California, a former world time trial champion, 1994, and as you say, John, a former triathlete as she descends off the ramp and is on her way.
Karen astounded the cycling world with her victory in the World Championships just 3 years into her racing career. As we now switch to Didi Demet-Barry. Didi is one of the race winners on the racing circuit. Any sort of race there is, she can win. She's an incredibly savvy tactician, but she's got the strength to back that up, and you will see it here today with this time trial effort of hers.
Now looking into the face of Elizabeth Emery, a New York native, a UPenn graduate, the Pan American time trial champion from 1999. Again, another late starter, started at age 25 in this sport. And John, we've had Karen Couric at 38, Schuster at 39, and here's Emery at 36. It's really a tribute to what the sport demands in terms of endurance.
It's a sport where there is a phenomenon known as cumulative strength. Year in, year out, the strength builds, and you sort of keep that power. But now, we look at the face of one of the favorites for the day, Mari Holden.
Mari, 29 years old, out of Boulder, Colorado, a four-time Nationals winner. She missed the 96 games. She has a lot of incentive here today in Jackson.
Let's go, Mari! Please welcome Mari.
The Trustmark Tour LeFleur is brought to you by Trustmark National Bank. We earn your trust every day. By Saturn, a different kind of company, a different kind of car. By Cellular South, we are wireless. By Mississippi, the South's warmest welcome. And by Jackson Convention and Visitors Bureau, the best of the New South.